Good evening, Madam President, board members, and staff. My name is Mark Graham, and I live in Elk Grove. Smart meters are hazardous for your health. They produce microwave and radio frequency radiation that will damage your health over time. This flyer, which I'm going to give to you for including in the record, describes some of it. It is also possible, if you don't want your smart meter, for you to call SMUD and say, please replace my smart meter with an analog electric meter. This needs to be more widely publicized. I have old business and new business. I'm going to start with old business. I brought to you at the last meeting 3 proposals, and I want the board to consider them. You have them in writing because I emailed them to your staff and forwarded them to you. The first was to publicize in an article in the Connections newsletter the fact that it's possible to opt out of the smart meter and the steps that a SMUD customer should take if he or she wishes to do so. The second was for the board to provide financial assistance for those of your customers that wish to opt out of their smart meter but cannot afford it. The third was to publicize in an article in the Connections newsletter the benefits of the smart meter program. And I realize this got some traction because Director Slayton seemed to like it. I realized as soon as you spoke, Director Slayton, that I had forgotten something, and that is the costs of the program. Anytime we're talking about a program and whether it's succeeded or failed, you have to talk about the costs as well as the benefits. So I've made a revised proposal, which I submitted November 7th, and I'm giving it also to you tonight for inclusion in the record. I would like for you to disregard my proposal C from the last meeting and consider this one in its place. And I've enumerated some of the costs and the benefits that I think the board should publicize when you do report on the success or failure of the smart meter program. Now, new business. I sent you 2 proposals today. I'm going to give them to you in writing, to your staff. Essentially, I know that you're redesigning the building, and in Director Carr, you're talking about it won't be redesigned again for another 50 years. When you do, I want there to be room for a person to come with a tripod and a video camera where I can place the tripod and videotape the entire meeting, including the speakers. Right now it's not possible. I've had extensive conversations with your staff, and they're not, the only place that they'll allow me to place a video camera on a tripod is right here, which does not work, or at the back of the room, which you can't get a shot of the person's face. My second new proposal is allow the public to speak from that lectern, because from there anybody could see them. Now, last item, we've mentioned to you many times that there are peer-reviewed scientific studies that prove that smart meters are hazardous. I don't know if you've seen the Bio-Initiative 2012. I printed out the first 3 pages of the conclusions from the Bio-Initiative 2012 report. I ask you each to read this. I will submit this for inclusion in the record. And this is the very last item. When the CPUC held hearings about the smart meter program, they publicized it widely and they invited people to the hearings. To this date, you have not really informed your customers about the smart meter opt-out. I'm asking you to do so and to review this to see how it was done by the CPUC. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Graham. All right, our next speaker is Mr. Windheim, Eric Windheim.
Thank you, Director Sharoma. My name is Eric Windheim. I'm the Director of Sacramento Smart Meter Awareness. I want to call your attention to this 3-page letter that I gave out to everybody. We're still talking about the letter that Arlen Orchard, your Chief Legal Counsel, wrote me and signed back on August 31st of 2012. The topic is, the safety of SMUD smart meters is not supported by extensive research, as claimed and written by the SMUD General Counsel. The use of the word extensive is not supported by the Public Record Act discovery documents that I requested about this letter and this document. So, this means that the statement is false, and you're probably wondering why I can say that. So let's take a look at the definition of the word extensive. According to Random House Webster College Dictionary, extensive means of great extent, wide, broad, covering or extending over a great area, comprehensive, far-reaching, thorough, great in amount, number, degree. Here are some synonyms: all-inclusive, encyclopedic, exhaustive, thorough, full. And the reason I'm saying this, when lawyers use words, they mean things. Those are their tools of trade. Words mean things. All-embracing, comprehensive. Now, here's some antonyms for the word extensive: exclusive, limited, narrow, restricted, teeny, miniature and insignificant. So when we look at SMUD's claim of, quote, extensive research into the safety of smart meters, which was the original sentence, we can see that SMUD supporting documents are just the opposite of extensive research. In fact, SMUD supporting documents supplied to me they fit the definition of antonyms, or just the opposite of extensive research. For example, 8 of the 12 documents and all of the documents referencing smart meters were written by advocates paid for by the electric industry and equipment suppliers. The Electric Power Research Institute, Silver Springs, Utility Telecom Council, Edison Electric. 2 of the documents are 18 years old from the FCC, and they don't talk anything about biological injury. So, I'm running out of time here, but this letter that he wrote, maybe he got forced into it. I don't know why he had to do it, but it took him 2 months to come up with it. And nobody really wanted to sign it, but I finally got him to sign it. You really need to let everybody know the facts about the smart meters and disabuse them of all the falsehoods that you perpetrated upon them so they can make a clear choice about their own health and human safety. I urge you to do that before more people are hurt and injured. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Winheim. All right. We have a consent, Director Slayton.
Just a couple of quick comments. One is we've had these proposals before us, and the way SMUD works, if a board member wishes to place something on an agenda, they place it on the agenda, and it happens in meeting. No board members have come forward with any of those proposals, so I would suggest there's probably not a lot of interest in those particular proposals. Secondly, Mr. Winheim, you continue to repeat the same items, and I will repeat the same thing. You're before the wrong body. You need to take these arguments to the FCC because this is not the body that deals with those kinds of issues. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Slayton. We have a consent calendar and we have a discussion calendar. We'll move along here. Consent calendar, item number 6 is to approve.
All right, SMUD Board building at Central SMUD headquarters. My name is Mark Graham.
And I'm Eric Windheim.
Yes, and we are here at the SMUD Board meeting. No, at the SMUD building. Cut.
You
We can just start over.
Is it starting over?
No, it's just continuously running.
Okay.
But we're starting over.
Okay.
I would like for you to disregard my proposal C from the last meeting and consider this one in its place.
And the reason I'm saying this, when lawyers use words, they mean things. Those are their tools of trade. Words mean things.
My second new proposal is allow the public to speak from that lectern, because from there, anybody could see them.
This letter that he wrote, maybe he got forced into it. I don't know why he had to do it, but it took him 2 months to come up with it. And nobody really wanted to sign it, but I finally got him to sign it.
I think we're done.
Yeah, that guy stopped in order to listen.
I know.
Okay, so let's
Watch us on YouTube.
Okay. Hey, we can put this on the website.